Hey everyone, and welcome to Bronze number 1, the final League of Bronze for the Protoss. Protoss! Oh yeah. Sometimes you gotta just know what to say and when to say it. We got a game, boys. This is a nice Terran opponent. Alright. So, what's going to happen this game? We're going to make probes. That's what's going to happen. Probes. Probes. Okay, guys. So again, those of you who are like really searching for that build, don't worry. There will be a build in time. But just know, learning priorities, learning a build right now is really not your priority. Okay? If we're talking learning StarCraft.
Finally got my Terran to Diamond today thanks to your old Bronze to GM series. First time ever and have played on and off since release. You're the man, ViBE. Hope the new series is just as successful.
Yo, it's doing pretty well already. And Apoptartosis. Nice name. Thank you very much, man, for the support. I appreciate you. Thank you for the 5, and I'm glad you like the series. Thank you, thank you. But guys, check this out. Check this out, okay? You ready? Prioritizing a build right now is not correct, and here's why. You can't do it. You can't do it yet. You guys ready for another analogy? Let's give another one really quick. Imagine if you have never been in a kitchen before and you've never cooked anything in your life. The only experience you have cooking is, in your opinion, you microwaved some Starburst at one time and you melted it and then you ate it and you're like, I made that. You don't know what you're doing. And then someone says, so here's the recipe to make this meal. I'm gonna need you to do like 5 steps basically on how to prepare it. Like you gotta peel potatoes, you gotta cut potatoes, you gotta cook potatoes, you gotta like boil noodles, you gotta get I gotta like get the meat, you gotta cook the meat, mix some sauce in there, and you're like, I don't know how to do any of this really. Like I've never done this and this just feels weird. Like what's the best way to do it? And someone watches you try to peel a potato for the first time and you're like trying to like scratch it off with your fingernails. You're like, holy fuck, what is this guy doing? Okay, that's kind of what like a build order is. Worrying about a build order is like, that's like how it is in Bronze. No. You need to learn how to peel potatoes first before you learn how to, before you learn a recipe. Okay? So what we're teaching you right now is how the basics of understanding how to actually fucking do a build. Make that economy, boys. Get that money rolling. Yeah, it'd be like watching someone like, seriously, it'd be like asking someone, make me an omelet. This is how you do it. You tell them how to do it. And then you watch them try to break an egg and they just smash it all over the top of the stove. Okay, that was a bit too hard. And then you're like, maybe a little softer next time. And then they barely dink it at all. They're like, okay, a little bit harder because now you're not even going to break the egg all day. Like, okay, you can tell this fucking guy doesn't know what he's doing. We'll give him some time. Okay, you gotta get used to it. Anyways, again, what we're doing. Looking up here at the supply, looking up here at our resources, spending it, and we're always hitting number 5 for our nexuses, and we're making probes. We're always expanding when the previous base is pretty much fully saturated, and then we're taking another base. We just keep the bases flowing with good saturation. Meanwhile, we also throw in units here and there when we can afford it. We do not go crazy on gateway production. We do not go crazy on tech. We are not even attacking at all. We are not doing anything really besides making workers. And with the excess money of the production we have, we are 2 gates and a robo. We are just making stuff. Like, we're just pumping out occasional units. But look, I'm on 2 gates in a robo, and I keep going. 4, 5, look up here. We're good. Supply, actually, I could make even another depot, even though I just made 1. The Nexus is almost done as well. But supply is good. Nexuses are good. Production of these are good. Supply is good. Nexuses are not good now. Fix the next one because my 3rd just finished. Unit supply, unit production, check it. Okay, we're good. We're just toggling. 5, 4, look. 5, make a couple probes. 4, make an immortal. It's almost done. And look at my bases. We got 17 here. Okay, cool. We fixed that. This base is almost fully saturated. Let's take another base. And then we'll shift click back, like shift click a pylon here, and then shift click back to the mineral line. 5, make some probes again. 4, we can make units again. And we're good. Look at my income, my minerals, my supply. We could probably make a couple more pylons. Shift click back to the mineral line. 5, done. 4, what's my Merle doing? It's almost done again. Make another one. And currently with some probes while we're at it. Why not? Let's take a gas here. That's all we're doing, literally. Just make the units. Make it. Make it. We're worrying about nothing else. Your brain should literally be going, make things. Make things. Make things. Check supply. Make things. Make things. Nothing else should matter to you. Grab 5 probes off because it was at 27, so we'll send them all over here. Now look at my money. My money is starting to get high, and I can't spend any more units, and we still have probes being produced. So, again, perfect. This is the perfect time now to go, okay, let's add some gates on. We can grab 6 probes here. Click 3. Click 3. We're good. Oh, Liberators, cool. Let's just go ahead and send Stalkers down here. I'm not even going to move my probes. Fuck it, dude. I'm going to make probes. I'm not going to worry about microing anything. I just A-moved everything to there, and now we're just making probes. Let's chrono boost them while we're at it. Okay, now look at my 3rd base. It took some damage, so let's re-rally to my 3rd. Grab 3 probes for the gas. And let's just fix it really fast. Look at the main. Oversaturated. Send 2 probes over here. Look at the natural. It's good. Let's make a couple stalkers while we're at it. We can also, once again, we still have probes in production. And our gateways are done, so let's make more gates again. Every time your money gets high and you're like, I can't spend it, make some more shit. Send my whole army over here now. Fuck it. What's my 3rd look like? Okay, good. Rally all my nexuses to the 4th base. Keep making probes. Send 5 over here as well. Let's take another base while we're at it. Because we're not at 80 yet. We're almost there, but we're not there yet. Okay, look at my main. My main got fucked. Let's re-rally to the main now. Let's fix my main. This base is actually done. It's perfect saturation. What's my... Oh, and also look at the probe count. We're at... when these probes are done, we're going to be at 82. Or 83 even. Let's go to 84 to make it even. And we're good. We're done. Probe count's great. Keep making stalkers. Let's make a couple pylons. Send some probes over here. Now let's check my bases again, right? All we did was make probes. We just literally selected all army and sent it to the Liberator, wherever it went. It was, oh, probes are dying. Let's select it all and go there. And now we're just, and we've been making probes the entire time until we're saturated properly, which is 84 this game. Again, 80 to 85 is perfect. And now all we're doing in the meantime is making army. Just make army. Could even make like a pylon out here, just like 1 pylon for producing units. Screw it. Look at my main. Main is not perfectly saturated, but it's still optimal, even though we're at 84. Natural, optimal, perfect. 3rd, perfect. 4th, perfect. Okay, now let's do this. Remember this, guys? Oh, I need to make a forge. We'll make 3 forges while we're at it. Let's move my army out of the way so it's not standing behind my mirror line anymore. Make 3 forges so we can go upgrades. We did this last time as well. We'll get the Twilight Council 2 for upgrades to go beyond 1-1. We'll make some more stalkers. And then look at my money. Like, oh, we have a lot of money. I just spent everything. Let's go ahead and make some more gateways. Your base doesn't have to be perfect. Make it like a kid with... Make it like a kid making a mess. Then shift click the mineral line. Now let's grab a new probe and let's go B, C, click. Click, shift, mineral line. Again, click the probe. B, C, shift, click, click, let go shift, hold it again, click the mineral line. That is how you do this quickly. So now we can have cannons dealing with any random garbage. Let's send one probe down here to make cannons for this base. Always leave a gap in between them so your probes don't get really bad mining efficiency. And now we can go into another round of stalkers. And we maxed. Now let's go ahead and get weapons, armor, and shields. Let's take all of our nexuses, have them all in the same hotkey. Keep adding nexuses always the same hotkey so you can chrono boost easy. Chrono, chrono, chrono. And now all my upgrades are being chronoed. Perfect. Now let's go ahead and attack him. You can see there's a sensor tower right there because it's the center of the circle. So let's literally just A move here, shift, there, 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 there. And the reason why we do this is because if there's a wall here, going here first will make us hit the wall first. Look, there's kind of a wall there. Now this will hit the third. This one right here will be if there is a wall right there, which is the next place for a wall to be. So this takes us to the front of the wall and then go further. Then you have the natural. This ramp spot takes us to the wall on top of the ramp if there is one. And then we can go further into the main. That's why we choose those locations like that. So we can chrono boost some more upgrades out. Let's transfer some probes. 1 probe extra. 4 probes extra. Good. There's another mineral field that just depleted. 2 probes extra. Grab them again. Send them over here. It's good. Let's make some more stalkers. I'm holding shift and clicking the mouse. Chrono boost my upgrades again. We're not doing anything. And also look, look at my money. We have a lot of money and all my shit just died. So let's go ahead and do this. Let's go like this. Let's go Robo. Also grab 2 probes here because we're oversaturated. Send them down here. So 2 more Robos. And now make another round of stalkers because it's ready again. But then let's grab our Nexus and let's chrono boost our gateways. As many times as we can. There you go. We just chrono boosted a lot of gates. We can also start upgrades. Weapons, armor, shields. And now since we're chrono boosting gates, they'll finish way faster. So we can warp in another round quickly. So we're making an army pretty damn fast. This chrono boost costs less on gateways. Chrono boost is always 50 energy, no matter what you chrono boost. It lasts for the same amount of time as well. On everything. It's 20 seconds, 50% increased production. So he's attacking me. Let's select all army and send it over here. And don't worry about it anymore. Let's make stalkers again. After we make these round of stalkers, and now we're maxed. Let's go ahead and okay, now he's attacking that base. So let's A move here. Now look at my probe count. We're at 78. Let's go ahead and make some more probes to fix that. And make another pylon. And also fix my gas that just died. He also killed my base over here. How many probes are we at now? We're down again. He killed some more, so make some more probes again. Make another nexus to fix that. And now let's A move his base again. A move here first, because there's a wall here. Shift, A move here. Shift, A move here. Shift, A move there. Do never click a building, by the way. If you click a building like that, your units will walk to the building and be like, what? Get out of my way, I want to kill that supply depot. Do not ever click a building when you do this. Always click the ground because the ground will make your units attack things in the area on the way to that location. Never click a building. If you do click a building, restart the command. Like stop it and then restart it again. Don't fucking click a building. Okay, now let's make some immortals and some stalkers again. And he let the building click. He left it clicked. And it's because it's the final thing I clicked, so I don't give a fuck. I'm just telling you guys, don't ever do that. Because it's going to screw you in the end. It will, at one point, there will be one game where you will die because of that. So probe count's still good. Let's take another base. And yeah, keep making units. Also, we can We can start upgrades again. My minerals are looking pretty spent right now. We have 6 probes extra here. Send them over. Down to here. Where else? Over here. Grab a couple probes. Send them over. Send 1 probe over somewhere else. Okay, every base is looking good. Oh, not this one again. The bases that keep mining out so fast. This is why they start mining out really rapidly as you get to like 15 minutes. So this is why it's good to upkeep this and keep tabs on these things. Let's get the upgrades going. We have 3 probes sitting here now doing nothing. Let's send them all over here because this is a fresh base now. And this is about to mine out. These are about to mine out. More probes are about to chill. Trying to boost my upgrades. Make some more immortals. And fix my probes again. Fix my probes again. Anywhere it's messed up, there as well. That's perfect. Let's send them over here. Let's also take another base because all my bases are mining out pretty fast, as we just said. Just keep the economy running. Now look at this. This is mined out. Send these probes over here. Going to boost my upgrades because we're not currently winning anything right now. And then now let's make some stalkers again. Spend my money. Are these guys stuck? No, they're not. More mining out. Where is this? There. Okay, he's attacking me. So A move my whole army over here. A move him. Okay, and then currently boost my upgrades. Keep making units. And what's my probe count look like? My probe count's dropping kind of rapidly. So let's start making probes again for the new base. So our nexuses are in production, actively making stuff to fix this. And, you know, we can keep that going. Go back up to 80 again. Keep making stalkers and immortals. We're going to make 4 more probes. We're going to go to 84 again. And now we're back to 84, where our economy is fixed. Let's make a couple cannons here, because it's exposed. Space is looking good. This space is kind of fucked up. Mineral field's depleting again. Okay, we got 6 extra probes there. Just grab some. As long as it's something efficiently mining, we're fine. We can send them over here. And then get the probes on some gas. So we'll grab 1 more probe from this patch. And now 3-3, 6 out of 10. That's fine. Let's take 2 cannons here in case he attacks me again. And make some units. Our worker count's good. Now we're just spending money again.
You have not enough minerals. You have not enough minerals.
Okay, and now 2 probes sitting there. So send them over here. Put a natural. Natural's good. Third base is good. Fourth base is good. Fifth, good. All bases are good again. Let's make more stalkers and let's get ready to attack. So last time we attacked him, again, we're gonna go opposite. Why aren't you using gas for archons? Because I'm keeping this really basic. Really basic. I will use gas for archons in the next league. For now, it's don't fucking think about anything. Just make stalkers and just make immortals. I see my gas. But again, these are problems people fixate on that don't fucking matter. They just don't matter. They don't matter. Okay, probes are inefficiently here, so send them over somewhere else. Send 1 here, shift click it out. We can send the rest over here, and let's take another base. Send a nexus up here. Storms don't matter? Fuck no, storms. Are you kidding me? Are you bronze going for storms? You need to talk to me after the class, okay? Because you got some fucking problems. Alright, so we're going to kill these rocks. Or you know what? Fuck it, we're not going to kill the rocks. We're just going to shift A move up here. Go to the top. A move here, shift, A move here, shift, A move here, there, 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 there. The reason why we're doing this is because very unlikely, people usually don't wall like 5th bases and stuff. There's probably not a wall here, but sometimes people could do crazy shit. There might be a wall here. We then kill this base. There could very well be a wall here. This is his 3rd. There are lots of times walls around the 3rd and the natural. And then there is still a wall there. So we're making our army efficiently do things. Okay. And now it looks like we're having a bit of a base trade going on. So fuck it. That's happening. So here's how you want to deal with a base trade, okay? If you're like, well, shit. He's killing me, and I'm killing him. Do this right now. Make like, go to a new base, somewhere that's kind of far away from where he's killing you currently. Like up here, for instance. We're gonna do this. Pylon, pylon, pylon. Okay? And what do we want to make? We want to make stalkers and immortals. So we're gonna make a cyber core because we want stalkers. Also, let's grab, first of all, let's do this too. Look at my probes that are still here. Let's just grab some probes and send them up here. Anyways, make the cyber core. Let's make like 3 robos because we want to make immortals as well. And now let's make some gateways. Meanwhile, we're losing army. This takes priority actually. If you look up here while you're doing this, go okay. Let's make immortals. Put them here again, and let's make army just how we were before. This is becoming a base trade though, so you want to prepare for a base trade. If you take a look at your probes again, you can see there's a lot of probes inefficiently just kind of chilling now that are being killed and running around. So let's send them up here, call it good. But we can, yeah, and then we can keep making our immortals. We can keep making our stalkers when we can. This does take priority. If your army dies, this takes priority. If your base was already dead, you wouldn't be able to do this. So then we would go commit to the other thing, which is we can create more production up here to prepare for the follow-up of if my base dies. Okay, that should be enough. We have like another like 10 gates up here and 3 robos. That's fine for now. And then we can even take a nexus up here because we'll need to send probes over there because we're getting oversaturated since bases are dying. Let's go back and let's make some army. Okay, he's attacking me. So select all army, A move behind his army. And keep making stalkers. We can do it again. Select all army because we have new units that are spawning. Select all army, A move behind his army. And so it looks like we didn't end up needing this. But if the base trade turned into a situation where he killed my base, you don't want to be in a situation where you have 10,000 minerals and nothing to produce your units with. So this is backup. It's opposite where he is. It's going to buy you the most time, and this is your backup in case you needed to use it. Obviously we didn't, so good shit. Now, where we see on the map, what do we see? Big red boxes. A move here, shift, A move over here. Because we can see those are the locations he still has, we've just somehow ran into. So let's just A move the places we know about. And in the meantime, let's make some army. Make some immortals. And check my base counts. We could get some gas here. GG. We could fix my gas here now that we have time and my army's doing its thing. We could fix our base here. And we could even do something like take a probe off and like go re-expand to bases now. Since the base trade phase is over, we would now go into recovery phase and just start rebuilding economy. And we would take our probe count back up higher again. It would become the general rule of thumb. This is I'm kind of glad this happened. This is something I want you guys to know as well. In a base trade scenario, okay? In a base trade scenario, if it happens really fast, okay? If you just look at the map for a second, just look at this really fast. If the base trade would have happened really quick, and there was still like, let's say 12 plus active mineral lines available on the map, I would say probing back up to 80 to 84, whatever, that would be great. You'd be in a great spot. That would be nice. However, if the base trade happens, and we're talking like this game, like 22, 23 minutes into the game, and look at how many active bases are left. There's his main natural third are pretty much mined out. This one's almost mined out. Like the patches are getting kind of low here because he's had it for a while. Some of them are pretty low. Like this patch has 55 minerals on it. It's almost gone. My main natural third are literally depleted. That's 6 bases that are, and also this base is even almost gone. That's 7 bases. This base is even having a little bit of problems. Anyways, my point is there's a lot of bases that are kind of depleted. How many fresh bases, more or less, do we have? We have like probably like 6 to 8 fresh bases. That's not a lot anymore, and we're contesting for them. Okay. So if you're contesting for like that, like less than like 12 or more bases, if we're contesting for like 6 bases, don't probe back up to 80 because you'll never be able to utilize it. I would say then probably probe back up to like 65, 66. Just cut it back a little bit. Cut your worker count back a little bit because you're never going to be able to have active bases on 5 bases if you're contesting for like 6 or 7 or 8. That's unrealistic. Why do I get the feeling this was a troll? Yeah, I have no idea. You know, people like this guy could be someone who is a lower level player, and he's doing my exact Bronze GM build for Terran. He went Hellbat Thor. That is exactly what I teach people to do with BDGM with Terran. 100%. Hellbat Thor is legit. Doesn't matter though. It's whatever. But yeah, be careful about, like, count the base count. Count the available bases with good mineral lines. 12 or more, go back to 80. Less than like 10, probably stop around like mid 60s. And you can always take a check on it up here in top right. You can always check on it up there. But again, same rule as always that follows is always, no matter what situation you're in, make sure your economy is always being like taken care of. Economy is very important. You don't ever want to neglect that shit. Super important. Hellbat Thor, really? Yeah, it's because it's a move. I'm gonna tell you right now, if you micro and if I had 2 students, if I took 2 people that both really didn't play StarCraft at all or had never played it at all ever, and I had and I taught one student, okay, this is how you micro bio, and the other one was, or this is how you micro Ling Bane, this is how you micro adepts, and then the other guy, I'm like, this is how you just A move Thors and Hellbats. I would put all my money on the A move guy, who just knows how to macro and A move. All my money would go on that guy. I would bet on his ass every time, because he would win every time. Learning how to micro and do things like that is it's nothing but a distraction. And if people can't even do a build properly without distractions, they really can't do a build properly with distractions. Which is, again, the whole point is up here once again, learning priorities. So micros for like Masters Plus. Micro is Diamond Plus. Base level micro starts in Diamond.
You must construct additional
And you know, you can do whatever you want, really. If it's your call, it's your game, right? If you want to micro in fucking Silver League or something, by all means, more power to you. As long as you're having fun, that's all that really matters. But if you want to get better if your goal is to get better at this game as fast as you can, you are screwing yourself over by investing into micro before you can actually macro. It's like a baby trying to run before it can even walk. Alright, so we're going to expand. And our opponent is random. You can see it up here. This is what it says, just random. So we have no idea what to expect. Doesn't matter. Just make sure my economy's looking good. Okay, we'll go ahead and start a pylon. We're about to supply block. If you supply block, again, it's not ideal, but it's not the end of the world. Just make sure you're always at least keeping tabs on this. So if you ever do supply block, like we're about to, it doesn't last very long. We're talking like a few seconds and it's over, not like a minute. Okay, so our natural's about done. Let's re-rally to our natural with new workers. God, my nose is so itchy. I feel like hair all over. Okay, look, we're getting attacked. So now we're getting attacked with Protoss. Let's chrono boost our gateway. Keep making probes, guys. Keep making probes. And let's do one thing. Remember how we made a spine crawler with Zerg? Let's make a shield battery with Protoss. Keep making units. Keep making probes. Okay, Zealot's still here. I can see it. Let's just A-move it with the probes. Cool beans. No warp gate. There's your warp gate. Doesn't matter. I could literally play this game without warp gate. It also does not matter. Keep making probes, guys. This guy's being aggressive. You got like people focus on the shit that honestly does not matter. Let's have probes attack with the zealot. You can also A-move the ground and then shift and right-click the mineral patch, and it'll make your probes go mine after they're done killing shit in the area. Just keep making probes. This guy is being very aggressive. ViBE low-key micro. Well, I mean, if you make a fucking stalker, go to the area, right? Like, don't just fucking stand there and watch your probes die. Send your unit to the area that's being killed. Okay, let's fix our main. Main's not looking good. Also, let's go ahead and start another base, because we're getting to a point where we have a lot of money. So start another base. Keep making probes. Oops. Let's make a robo and another gateway. And now we're getting all in. So, let's go ahead and A-move our probes. Because, and we're still making probes, but this is a lot of stuff right now. We can make another pylon at my natural because we're about to block. And also my battery got underpowered. Send 3 probes onto my gas, and let's re-rally to my natural. Keep making probes. We're watching the probes, and my gateways are ready. Let's make a unit out of the gateway. Chrono boost my probes. Third base is almost done. Keep making probes. Probes are still being made. We can start making immortals now because these buildings are now done. Again, keep making probes. All probes need to be made. Let's make another stalker. Because probes are still being made. Supply is looking juicy up here. Chrono boost my probes again, because why not? How long does it take to make an immortal? Like 40 seconds? 39 seconds? We can take gases here. Because our base is almost fully saturated. And, yeah. We're going to not worry about microing shit. We're just going to let it happen, for the most part. The only thing we did was, when he has a zealot in my mineral line, we attacked it with our probes, because he's killing my probes. Anytime my probes are being killed, we're making the probes at least fight back. In this kind of a situation. The only time you don't really ever want to kill units with probes is if, like, it's a guaranteed loss, which would be, like, you don't want to fight banelings with probes. You don't want to fight, like, reapers with probes. Like, you don't want to chase a reaper around your base all day. Things that can realistically die, like a zealot in your mineral line, yeah, fucking kill that thing. That thing cannot really run away from you. Okay, so once again, we'll make the rally point go down here. We'll send the immortal down here as well. We're not microing anything, guys. We're just seriously making stuff, and we can see I can't produce more units, and my gateways are kind of capped out. So let's make a few more gateways, like we always do. Throw a couple more pylons down as well. Keep making probes. You can throw a pylon over here. Okay, rally my base to my third. And let's look at my mineral line. 22. Let's grab 6. Send them off. Just keep making shit. Do not stare at the fight. Everyone is always like, win the fight! Oh my god! What is happening? You will win the fight if you just make workers. Okay, so here's one little thing that's happening right now. There are DTs here. You can tell because you can hear swipes and shit's dying and you can't see it. You're still fine. You have a robo. Make an observer. Just make an observer. And keep making units. Keep making probes. Let's take another base.
Your probes are under attack.
Just keep making units. Don't stop. And keep making units. We can chrono boost our immortal. And look at our base over here. It's more than fully saturated. Let's send over 6 probes here. What's our probe count? 70. We're almost there, guys. Keep making units whenever we can. We're not panicking. We're just watching production tabs and watching probe production and watching supply. We're almost supply blocked. Make a couple pylons. And look at my main. Over saturated. Let's grab 6 probes. Send it somewhere else. Okay, now we can clearly see we're looking at our main and we're like, oh, there's army in my base. Select all army. Send it to my main. And now at the same time, just keep making army over just wherever, where we've been making it already. Keep making shit. Keep making probes. We're not at 80 yet. We're almost there. Not quite though. Saturate my gas is at my 3rd. It's not proper yet. Okay, now the shit's in the main is fine. Now he's back at my natural again. This guy loves to attack. A move my whole army down to my natural again. Keep making boys. Probe count is done. Probe count's done now, guys. We don't need to make any more. We hit optimal saturation. We've been looking at our bases. We're keeping it all mostly properly saturated. This has been a bit hectic for us. But this base is really oversaturated, so let's fix it. Send a probe up here to build that. It's fine. Now we're 8 probes over of optimal saturation. So we just grabbed 8. Let's go around my other bases. This base is good. This base needs help. Right click a patch. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Because there was 5 missing ones. Now we have 3 left. Right click this one. Now we have 1 over. Let's grab 1, click it again, and just send it to the brand new base. We just did simple math on lots of things, and every base is perfectly saturated. We just, oh, it needs 5. This one needs 2. We have 8. That means we have 7 probes going to fill in the other bases, and 1 goes and fills in the brand new base we just made. And look at my money. I cannot spend it, right? So let's grab a probe again, and let's get your way out. Lots of gates. We just added on like 12 gates. And then, yeah, keep making units. Not enough gates. Well, now that probe production is no longer a thing, the money, as long as you maintain good economy, like good optimal saturation of your mineral lines, your money will fly now. It will ramp up so hard. So we just made a lot of gates to utilize that. Let's make another pylon here so we have more room to warp in with. Also, here's a tip for Protoss players out there. Move my army so this makes more sense. If you build a pylon that has a green warp-in field, this happens when it is either next to a warp gate or next to a nexus. It means your unit will warp in fast. If you, however, build a pylon that has a blue warp-in field, like that, warp-ins will be slow because it is not next to something that is powering this pylon with speed. So here's the difference of what it looks like. Okay, this is going to be my first pylon that's not powered. I'll show you when it's done. I will show you when it's done. It's important, though, to build your pylons properly if you want fast warp-ins. So look at this. This is the difference of how fast these units build.
I'm here in the shadows.
I'll do it one more time. I did it faster that time, so it's more accurate.
I'm here in the shadows.
So yeah, you wanna, if you can, always warp in units in fast fields. It's a big deal. One of them takes like 2 seconds. One of them takes like 10 seconds. Okay, now let's make some forges. Over here is fine, doesn't matter. Don't give a shit where you build your buildings, honestly. And now let's grab some probes off the mineral line. Send them somewhere else. Fix my resources. Let's take a second to do that again. This is fine. This is fine. This is oversaturated. Grab 2. This needs to be fixed, and we can send them over here. Every base is now good. Except for I just heard another mineral flow got depleted. Okay, so this is now needs to be fixed again. Send it up here. Let's select my whole army, and let's go like this. Attack, move here. Shift, 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 shift. This is in case he took a third base, because who knows? I don't know. Maybe. Yeah, he could have a third. It's possible. Mineral field's depleted. Let's grab it. Send it up here. Now let's do the cannon trick again. 2 cannons, spread out 1 gap between, so you don't block your probes. Because if you build cannons like this, your probes will be like, we can't mine efficiently anymore because we got to go around cannons. But if you gap it by 1, probes can squeeze between it and still have efficient mining. Okay, so another base trade is happening once again. So same thing as last time. Get some pylons ready for a potential base trade at a faraway base. And every time a unit dies, let's go ahead and build another unit to replace it. We can also get upgrades going. What's my probe count look like? It's 61. So, let's take another Nexus as well. And let's get ready with my next open supply that happens. Let's start adding in some probes. Okay, so start making probes. And then also make units. Just keep making shit. Make probes, because our probes are about to finish. Worker count is looking pretty decent. Okay, there's a Dark Templar down here, so let's make another Observer. Chrono boost it. So there's a bunch of DTs just smacking my stalkers around. And there's also DTs up here smacking my stalkers around. There's DTs everywhere. And you're like, oh my god! This is becoming too much! It's okay, don't panic, dude, just make shit. Look at your probe count, fix that shit, that's priority. Make units. Okay, so dealt with. Let's take a second and let's go like this, alright? Make our cannons at our bases like we have been. Because this will deal with DTs. Cannon, cannon. What's my other bases look like? Those have cannons, those have cannons. And this one is not done yet. Let's put a probe, build a pylon there. Okay, let's take a moment here and look at our base count for saturation now. 3 over. Grab 3. We're good. What about this one? Put it over here on the gas. This one is under, but we'll fix that in a second. We're still making probes. We can also retake this space too and make a pylon. So we're right now, who gives a fuck about what's going on in the game? Just fix your economy. Okay, this is an early base trade. Look at this base. Really oversaturated. Grab a lot of probes. A lot of probes. And send them all to a new base. It's perfect saturation now with 1 gas. This is great. Perfect. We just fully saturated a brand new base. Because we prioritized that. Let's go over here and let's take another base. Because we can. Why not? Now, we can go back to our base and look again. So this base right here needs to be fixed. 3 probes sitting there. This base, we can send probes here. Oh, it's perfect. We just sent 7 there. We'll make 1 probe, build the cannons here. And we can go back and mine that. And now we're good. Last thing we can do is we can make a Twilight Council. So we can go for our forges that we made to go into further upgrades. And now we're fucking solid, guys. We're great. Let's go ahead and go back now. Now that everything is stabilized. We've fixed all of our... Actually, we didn't fix this, though. We gotta fix this. Now all of our economy is good. Okay, more depleting now. Every time I say that, more fucking fields deplete. See, it's a never-ending game, guys. StarCraft just makes you work constantly. Send 4 there. Now this one's good. 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 We're all good. Now make stalkers. Now we're all good. We'll make another observer because this guy likes to make DTs a lot. Okay, we got more probes chilling. Again. And we have a base here that's ready to go. So let's make cannons. And grab my probes and send them all over here to this base. Perfect. 12 out of 12. We can even start 2 gases here. Great. Make more... I'm getting out of build room here. Let's just make them over here now. Okay. And I'm about to be maxed. Probe count actually is not great. We still gotta make up more probes. And okay, we're getting attacked. So select all army and just move it right here. Go save the space. Let's make probes because he's killing probes again. He keeps killing probes repeatedly. This guy's a probe, the probe Grim Reaper. I grabbed all my nexus that are new. Let's just rally all my nexuses to a new base. A brand new base. That is, lots of hopes and dreams are available here. And, cool, we just dealt with his army. Now let's attack, just attack his natural. Because the reason why we're just going to attack his natural this time, actually, here, this is an even better idea. This is a better idea. If you run into somebody that is going for cloaked units and you're like, oh god, DTs are so fucking annoying. You want to know how to fix that? This is how you fix that. Select all army. A move just how we did before, okay? A move is third. Shift A move is natural. Shift A move the ramp, and then A move into his main. Now, click on where your army is. Hit tab because it goes to different subgroups of your army. Now hold control and click on your observers. Now only your observers are selected. Once you have your observers selected, I want you to right click just one of your units. Make sure you right click a unit and not the ground, because if you hit the ground, they'll just sit there. Right click a unit. And now your observers will auto follow your army and not fly further forward and die into like cannons or some shit. And now you don't have to worry about DTs. Your stalkers will automatically kill all detection. Oh, will have detection following them all the time. So DTs will just repeatedly die. And forget about your army then. It's good to go. It's going to do its job. Now let's look back at my economy. It's almost good. We're like just a few probes under, but we're maxed out. So if I lose some army, I will replace some of it into probes in a minute. Now we can make gases here. Why not? Bases is how they looking. This one is oversaturated by on the minerals. Let's put some on the gas. Now it's perfect. Again, we would make more probes if we could, but we're maxed. Space is looking sad. Space is fine. Space has nothing. The space is still being optimally saturated, but it's about to mine out patches. Okay, this guy is once again going for another counter. This is just who he is. The counter-attacking master. So now let's grab my army. The space looks like it's dead. Let's just finish it off. And let's go ahead and do the exact same thing we just did again a second ago. Let's take my army and go like this. Let's just A-move my natural. Hit tab, control click my observers. And if your camera's not there as well, you can literally now, once you have your observers clicked, you can click the portrait. See my mouse right here? You can click this portrait and it centers you on wherever these units are as well. If I left click this, it does that. If I hold left click on it, it follows them. And I can once again right click a stalker. Just right click a stalker. This way, once again, I have detection constantly following my stalkers around. What's my worker count at? 59. Let's fucking fix that shit. Let's take another base. And make some probes. While we're making probes, let's make some army. And fuck it. Let's just control click these stalkers and A move where he is over here. Just because, why not? I mean, at this point, I feel like you can kind of handle this. Like he's attacking your base and now it's over. Okay, so now the army's dead, right? I'm going to control click my, or left click the select all army or hit F2. Either one works. I want you now to check every base you have not checked yet. Same way we've already done it. A move this base. Shift on the mini map, A move that base, A move that base, A move that base, and A move this base. Hit tab, control click an observer, click the portrait, right click one of your stalkers. Forget about it. Now go back to making probes. Go back to making cannons. Go back to fixing your economy wherever you can. Okay, 3 probes can go there. 3 probes can saturate that. You guys can saturate this mineral line as well. GG. GG. Here you go, boys. Wait, why do you click the portrait? If you click the portrait, it centers you on whatever you're selected on. No matter what it is, whether it be a building or a unit. Observe when this replay catches up finally. If I want to center my gas on the screen, okay? The gas is what I want to center. That is what I have selected. If I click this portrait, it's going to put the gas in the center of my screen. So left click the portrait. Gas is in the center of my screen. If I want to center myself on that nexus I just selected, I can go, okay, I'm going to hit fucking the portrait, and my natural nexus will be in the center of my screen right now. It allows you to bounce around subgroups really fast if you have hotkeys, like a control 1, for instance, like a control group, and you want to go to a specific thing. Yo, Safety Scissors, thank you very much for the 5 gifted subs. Oh my god. Control F also works. Control F does also work. It does. You can select something and then hit Control F, and then also that is literally the hotkey to click as well. Control F does exactly this, and if you hold Control F, it follows the unit. That does also work. Oh, yo, Safety Scissors, I appreciate you, dude. Thank you, thank you, thank you. But check this out, guys. Are you ready? Are you ready? Oh, Fruit Seller, thank you for the Twitch Prime as well. Whole time I thought StarCraft was the hardest game. Oh, Jesus. Sound like an air bubble in my chest. It turns out you just need to make more workers. Fucking seriously, that is true. I'm glad you said that because thank you. You're learning. All right, guys, check it out. Watch this. This is during the time when he's attacking me. This is during the time he's doing basically a quote-unquote all-in. Worker counts. He has 28. I have 23. I've lost 5 probes. You might tell yourself, dude, oh, ViBE, look at the resources lost. This Protoss player has killed 7 of your units. You've lost 475 resources. He's lost nothing. He's got a better probe count than you. Yeah, no, you're right. That is true. That is what's happening right now. But here's the difference. He invested into a chrono boosted gateway, and his build is like literally rallying across the map to attack me. It's a bit, it's a little awkward. It's a little weird. We invested into a nexus, so the recovery rate of the damage we're taking is very high. We can recover pretty damn fast. And although we're gonna lose more resources than he does in these trades, I will end higher than him in the end because I have expanded. And also, you guys remember what I said about the 3 to 4 probe rule? Right now, he's starting to have 3 probes per patch on a lot of these patches because he's oversaturated. So he's getting inefficient mining. We do not have oversaturated patches because my probes are fucking dying. No, it's because we have 2 bases to work with. He even focus fired my probe right there. Like, he's definitely going for the... Like, he is definitely playing the micro route, and we are playing the macro route. So, check this out, if you will. If you wouldn't mind for a second, guys. So far in this game... Okay? So far in this game, we have lost 10 probes before the first 4 minutes are up. This dude has done... He's killed 11 units total, and I've lost almost double what he has. I've definitely lost a lot more than he has. Yet, we're at the same probe count still. But the difference is I have a natural and he doesn't. So, my income is going to do nothing but ramp up higher than his now. It's going to increase over his. And he doesn't even have a natural started. So he's the one he is on a clock right now needing to do something big to kill me. This is why macro is key. You just make units repeatedly during stuff like this. And now check this out. So he's full on warping in. He's got 2 stalkers already hitting my base. He's warping in 2 more stalkers. He's making a cannon and a zealot. He's attacking me. He's attacking me with... This is a 1 base all in. He's also making 3 more gateways. Or, sorry, 2 more gateways and a Twilight Council. But in total, he has 5 gates with a cannon rush on 1 base. Okay? Look at... If you wouldn't mind for a second, look at our efficiency of mining now. Gas isn't the biggest of deals right now. The big one is minerals. The huge one is minerals. We're both making mostly mineral-heavy things. So... Now, since he's all-inning me, and we have a lot of probes to work with, what do? We just go, well, he's attacking my natural, and there's a lot of stuff here. This looks like more than what I have. Let's go ahead and just A-move my probes. I'm literally just going to go like this. Double-click my probes. A-move right here. Like, attack move the ground with my probes. Only my probes are selected. I'm going to attack move the ground. Okay? And then after I issue a command to attack move the ground, I am then going to hold shift, and I'm going to right-click a mineral patch. And what that means is my probes are going to kill whatever the fuck they see in this vicinity. And then as soon as everything is dead, they are going to then go, okay, things are done. Let's go back and mine minerals now. So that removes any type of effort I have to put into the situation. It's one command, and now I go back to macroing. And it'll solve itself. The problem will fix itself over the next 2 minutes, basically, or minute, however long this is going to be. And meanwhile, all I'm worried about is capitalizing on making probes, making units, and I can't spend my money fast enough while all my nexuses are capped out and my gateway's capped out, so I add on more production. Because we're mining too much at this point. And let's look at resources, or workers killed. I have now lost. Maybe I'll lose this next one. I have now lost 26 probes, guys. And the first... How about resources lost? He's lost more than me, though. I've lost 26 probes in 5.5 minutes. 26 probes have died. We are definitely getting all in right now. That's a lot of probe death. But check it out. We are still building probes the entire time. And even though I've lost 26 probes, I still have worker lead. It's 30 to 28. I am still in the lead of this game. And I'm pretty far in the lead, too, if you consider supply counts. We're 15 supply ahead. He's only 30. I'm 45. That's a big supply difference at this stage already. Were you chrono boosting gates or nexus? I only had one gate, so I was chrono boosting my one gate and my nexus. I have three I was defending this off of 3 nexus and 1 gateway. So I had plenty of chrono boost to go around. And again, you don't have to go 3 nexus, 1 gate. All you have to do is expand at nice times. Sometimes I go 2 gates into a nexus. Sometimes I've gone 1 gate nexus. Sometimes I've gone 1 gate nexus into a 2nd gate in a robo and then taken a 3rd. This game, I went 1 gate nexus and then took a 2nd gateway in a robo. Don't get too caught up on the build. The build literally doesn't fucking matter. The only thing that matters is that you don't supply block as much as possible, and you just keep producing things off of what you've already made. And as soon as you go, well, my money's going up faster, like my shit's in production still, I'm like, the only way I'm going to spend more money now is if I max it out to 5, and that doesn't really help anything. It should really just be on 1 and 2 at all times. There's no point to make 3, 4, 5. That's just lazy. It means you're not going to look at it again for like the next 2 minutes. And that's bad habits, by the way. That's developing a bad habit. You need to constantly look at this. So you're always like going, okay, yep, need to make another one. Need to make another one. Need to make another one. That's a good habit. Because you're maintaining things then. And then, yeah, once you can't spend your money and you're like, well, now I'm at 400 minerals. Now I'm at 450 minerals. Now I'm at 500. I can't spend my money fast enough. Add on production. And you're fine. Doesn't have to be perfect. In bronze, all it is you just need to build shit. Just literally stop, like, just constantly keep upkeep in your base. Stop looking at things like the attack that's happening. Stop doing things that are crazy. At the very least, just make sure your stuff is in the area, in the vicinity to be of help. Like, I was warping and shit here because he's cannon rushing me and attacking me with gateway units over here with warp gate. So I make stuff over here because it's intelligent. I'm not going to make stuff over here and let my natural just die. Doesn't make any sense. So I am making stuff here, but all I'm worried about is making stuff, not actually microing stuff. Basically, stop watching all the fun stuff. Yes. For learning the game, yes. Watching the fun stuff can happen when you can handle the boring stuff while doing the fun stuff. Lower league players, when they do the fun stuff, they completely neglect the boring stuff. They just stop doing it, which is the exact reason why this dude killed 26 probes and he has 28 probes to my 42 still. I have made 68 probes this game and he has only made 28. I've made 40 more fucking probes than this guy. It's a lot of fun. That's a big difference. And it's going to keep growing as well from even now. And we're doubling his supply already. Basically. It's very close. Like this guy in this game, he's probably thinking, I fucked your natural up so bad, I should actually maybe kill you right now. And I don't think he would be thinking to himself, how are you doubling my supply? The fuck? Because we're macroing. He is not. He's all-inning. He's mining 20 probes on 12 efficiency. So it's not the best. And look, again, see this? Look at this inefficiency. This will happen sometimes. What is my opponent doing? He's baiting my units into cannons. Watch this. He actually auto-attacks my stalkers. They don't all come. Only some of them come. And then some of them die really wastefully. It can happen, because we're not microing, guys. I have 3 stalkers chilling, not helping shit. And 4 stalkers being like, yeah, you know what? We're going to run into some cannons and some units. Because that sounds good. People, when they see things like this, they freak out and they're like, dude, what are you doing? You're throwing the fucking game, man. What are you doing? Rip your hair out, just like freak out. Look at the supply still. I'm still doubling his fucking supply, even though I just lost 4 stalkers for nothing. It doesn't matter. Because we lose 4 stalkers, we make 10 more. That's the plan. And look at my immortal. This thing is fighting a cannon and a sentry and just standing there. I could totally pull it back to the shield battery and heal this shit and stand right there and micro it. It could happen. That could totally happen. But who fucking cares? Because I'll make another one. That's what's important. I don't want you to micro this shitty immortal that's about to die and then burn your battery on your energy of your shield battery and make yourself have 1,000 minerals in the bank. I would rather you let it die and then just have a fresh one and another one and another one. Seriously, it's how you need to start looking at this game when you're learning it. You can totally micro when you can handle macroing at the same time. But you cannot micro if you can't macro by default because you don't know what you're doing. You cannot then just suddenly be like, you know what, I'll micro as well. Because then you just won't fucking macro at all. And look, now he's attacking me with zealots. And my stalkers will probably walk in and die to cannons again. Who fucking cares? Guess what? The stalkers are microing themselves. I am killing shit sometimes here and there. Even though it's not great trades. We are still killing stuff. So these trades are definitely not ideal. These trades look like shit for blue, right? We're like, oh man, we're just like we keep losing or we keep making it and it just keeps dying over and over. Well, here's the difference, okay? This is the concept people don't understand. That I think I'm about to just hit the nail on the head for a lot of people right here. Pay attention right now. This is really important. This is the logic of macro. We have been deleting each other while I was on 2 gates and 1 robo. Okay? He pulls me into cannons. My shit dies. I make more units. The next wave I make, I kill his shit. He makes new stuff. Pulls me into cannons. My shit dies. I make new stuff. I kill it. He pulls me into cannons. My shit dies. This has been off of 2 gates and 1 robo. It's been trades the whole time. But here's the thing. He is never going to go beyond what he's already on because he's not fucking macroing. He is all-inning me because he's like, I'm a micro boy. I micro and this is what I got. His like, it's not going to evolve. That is it all game for him up to, like, for what he's doing. It's never getting stronger than that. I have tripled my gateway count because I add more on because I have a lot of money. Instead of 2 gate robo, I now have 6 gate robo. And that's not going to be a trade anymore. Now that's going to be me just dropping the fucking hammer on his army and being like, well, you tried. You tried, dude. You tried, but it's over now. Because I macroed through this process and now I just have way more than you. Which is the reason of the supply. That's what a lot of people don't understand. They fucking tunnel vision into right now, not what's going to happen 2 minutes from now. And 2 minutes from now is literally, you just fucking win. If you macro. So look, we're making stalkers. Things are dying. Probes are dying. Who fucking cares, right? But we have an observer now. We just make stuff. I'm not moving my stalkers at all. This guy, he's not even helping. He's fucking sitting there being like, this guy's like a Metal Gear Solid guard. It was just the wind. Must have been the wind. He doesn't know shit. He doesn't know anything that's going on. Meanwhile, my other stalkers are like, fuck, my leg! Ah! It's just getting ripped apart. Who cares? Just make more shit. How many probes have died? 31. I'm doubling his probe count and then some extra and some change. You know what I'm saying? Do you guys know what I'm saying? And now suddenly we're fine. Look at the supply now. It keeps dipping further into our favor. Now I'm in the 80s. I was in the 70s before I lost all that shit. Now I'm in the 80s. Now I'm in the 90s. This guy has never left 30 supply for the last like 3 minutes. And now he's like, fuck, what should I do now? I'll do something clever. I'll run into his main base. And now he's like, while I got him in the main, I'm gonna DT his third base or his natural. Like he's doing everything he can in his power to be clever and fuck me over with these attacks. But he hasn't made a probe. He hasn't even expanded or made a probe in the last, seriously, like 5 minutes. And look at the supply. Again, he never leaves the 30s. And now I'm in the 100 pluses. I'm in 113 now. This is when the hammer is starting to slam down on him. And guess what? We're still making probes. Because now we're there. Look at the economy. This is the point where it's like, what do you do when you get all in? It doesn't make any sense. Fucking macro, dude. Does this make sense? You basically got a guy driving a car that's going to break down every fucking 2 seconds versus a Tesla. Just fucking macro. Look, I'm 100 supply over him. He still hasn't left the 30s. Because he's trying to attack every time. He's like, what can I do with this next 30 supply army? Okay, I'm going to attack your 5th base. Okay, he finally expanded, so now his supply is going up. And he's starting to make probes again. Or he was. He's making probes a little bit. But yeah, he's definitely screwed. Like, we're maxed out, guys, and he's at 60 supply. And we didn't micro shit. Like, the most micro we did was we A moved our probes, and then shift moved them back to mineral lines. That's it. And we also said, oh, look, he's attacking that base. A moved my whole army there. Oh, he's attacking that base. A moved my whole army there. And now he's counterattacking with zealots and DTs on my other bases. And now we have DTs just wiping out my army all over the place. Like, sure, we could totally kill him right now. We're still maxed out versus someone who has 55 supply. But again, this is not the priority. If you and here's why. This is when a lot of people will be like, just kill him already, dude. Like, I don't understand. I could totally kill him from here. I could never lose if I'm bronze in this position. But here's the thing. If your answer to killing these DTs, okay? If your answer to killing these DTs and then killing his base, also meanwhile defending your natural, all like dealing with the DTs, if your answer to this is going to mean that you're going to completely neglect your macro the entire time and while you kill him, that is a bad way to play the game. Because you're literally putting yourself, you're putting yourself into an all-in. Even though you would still win this game particularly, it would happen. That's a bad habit to develop because other games that aren't this one-sided, and you're like, shit, I got to deal with something that's annoying, like it's lurkers, it's DTs, it's liberators, it's something that requires micro on my behalf. You will totally over-micro that, and then suddenly you neglect all your macro in your base, and then it's like, well, 2 minutes ago there was 1 problem. And then 10 seconds later there was 2 problems. And then 15 seconds later there was 3 problems. And then 4 problems. And then 5 problems. And 6 problems. And you just let all these problems build up and you're like, fuck. I have like 30 problems in my base right now. I can't deal with that. Let's just try and find his base and win the game. And reset. That's how your mindset turns into if you do shit like this. Where you just neglect your fucking base. But if you just go, you know what? This is actually not the priority right now. It's annoying. I can't kill him right now. But the bigger priority is catch the problem. Be the fucking fruit ninja of your base, dude. Just chop the problems. Catch that fucking fruit. Be like, okay, problem solved, problem solved, problem solved. And then suddenly all your base problems have been solved. You're established back on a nice economy. You have well-saturated bases. And you have cannons covering yourself. So now the next time your opponent is like, I'm going to counterattack you, you just absorb it. You're like, really easy. Oh, okay, cool. Well, I prepared for this. So now it does nothing. Nice. I'm ready. And then you once again get to go on full offense because all your problems have been solved on your base. There's nothing wrong with your base right now. Whereas he's in fucking tatters. His base is in shambles. He's got probes just chilling here all day. His base looks like garbage. And now there's no negative side to you moving out with your army and killing him. Priorities. A good player, we're talking like a pro player or a masters player, will be able to handle dealing with these DTs while handling problems in their base simultaneously. Players in low league will not do that. They will neglect their base while they only worry about their army. That is a bad habit to develop. That will keep you in low league forever if you play the game that way. Because you will always eventually hit a brick wall where you are not going to get ahead enough because you don't macro enough. And then you will always be in these situations where it's like, you got to fucking solve a equation to win the game because you're like, well, how could this work best? Like, I got to solve the puzzle here or I'm dead. When it doesn't have to be that complicated if you just delete problems as they arise in your base. Look at our economy. It's still being fixed up again every time this happens. We're not worried about killing them ASAP. We're just worried about dealing with garbage, dealing with problems as they arise. And then, you know, like this guy's been dead all game. That has not changed. But because we're not focusing on him, we're focusing on ourselves. We maintain a lead where we're always maxed out. Always maxed out. Always maxed out. Look at his money, okay? He's got 700 minerals, guys. Just look at the minerals only. He's got 700. He has enough minerals to make like 5 DTs. Look at our money. We have 7,500. We have enough to make like 50 stalkers. So what's going to win? 5 DTs or like 50 stalkers? You know what I'm saying? Like, we definitely are maintaining our economy. We're definitely maintaining control of the map. And that's it. Without observers, DTs. Okay. Okay. But yeah, boys, that's it. That's it. One more game, and we should be silver. Are we doing random tonight? No, this is I'm doing specific leagues. This is Protoss. Yo, Tyler Foyd. Thank you very much, dude, for the Twitch Prime. Welcome. Welcome to the VFam. Have I done any other races today? Today, I've already done Zerg. And now Protoss. This is my second one. These games are taking a bit longer because I'm going heavily into replay analysis afterwards. For this last game, I probably won't go. Unless it's a specific example that's unique. I'll probably speed it up this time. Because we are, like, you know, I'm trying to talk about unique examples mostly. I'm not trying to talk about everything repeatedly a lot with replay breakdowns. Like, I will repeat myself a lot during the game, but I will usually only try to walk you guys through a replay if unique things happen. Where I'm trying to, like, really break down why we do shit that we do. I'll be doing Terran right after this, yeah. Yep. Okay, so. Let's go ahead and send a probe down to my natural. Okay, let's make a cyber core. And let's make a second, we'll make a probe first, because it's priority, and then let's make a second pylon. And then we'll make a gas. Again, build doesn't matter right now, guys. It really doesn't matter.
You have not enough minerals.
I love you, Manuel. I love you too. What MMR am I? I think I'm like 2K at the moment. I think this is 2K. I transfer to my natural because it's done, or it's about to be done. I mean. Let's make another pylon. Grab my probes and hit C on them so they come back to the Nexus to return cargo, because it's a close Nexus now when it's done. Yo, Defunctnade, thank you for the 1,000 bits. Yeah, also, here's a tip, guys. Here's a tip. If you have a probe that does this as your natural finishes, if you hit C on it, it will return cargo to the closer Nexus, and then it'll go back and start mining the patch it was mining before. Return cargo is a nice feature. It's convenient. So this game we're going into a second gate in a robo before taking a third. Where's ViBE from? Colorado. Colorado. C? Yeah, C for cat. Can you show me that one more time? I'm sorry. If your Nexus at your natural is finishing as your probe had already mined minerals and it's doing this to go back to your main, if you just click it and hit C, it'll come back to the Nexus that's closer, return cargo, and mine the previous patch it just mined from. Okay, let's take another base, because we're looking at our money. It's getting kind of high, right? Can't really spend it very well anymore. It's ramping up faster than I can spin, so take another base. Do I ski and snowboard? I used to. I haven't in a long time. What's your drag scroll speed? It's 50%. And for anyone who's listening that's like, what's that? It's how fast your mouse, when you push it to the side of the screen, it will drag across the screen like that. By default, I think most people are on 20%. Okay, let's select all army and send it over here. And we can warp in 2 new stalkers here while we're at it. Keep making probes, guys. Remember, that's the goal. Don't get distracted by the fight. Send some probes over. We're a couple over. 2 more. Send them to my third base. Keep mining. Be confident in the fact that if your macroing is good, you will win fights like this. Let's take another base. Okay, my probes are under attack. They're right there. Okay, let's send in my army up there and let's warp in 2 new stalkers. I'm not even going to pull my mineral line. I'm just going to chrono boost. And keep making probes. Third base is good. Now let's re-rally to the main. Just keep making probes, guys. Because you want to know what? This guy's probably 1 base soloing me again. Now look, he's in my third. Suck my whole army and go over to my third. We're not microing anything right now. I'm not teaching you guys how to fucking deal with this kind of stuff with like, split your army up. Just fucking select the army and send it to wherever he is. I've probably lost like 40 probes already. But guess what? We're chrono boosting. And making probes. So it works. Keep making units whenever we can. Is it hard for you to resist using camera keys? Yeah, sometimes. It's hard for me to resist sometimes fucking my opponents up a little bit. Like if I would have split my army up there, I could kill those Winbacks really easy. But yeah, it's okay. Because it's not the point. Okay, so this base is looking good. And we need one more probe. Let's re-rally to my third now. And let's grab one probe that finishes out of my main and send it to my main. Now we're 16 out of 16, 3-3. How's my natural looking? Perfect. How's my third looking? Sad. Well, we're making probes right now. So.
Love you and your macros pretty high.
Yo, Cry the Planet. Thank you, dude. Appreciate you. Thank you, thank you. Thank you for the biddies. Keep chrono boosting my probes. And now my third base is looking a lot better. It's looking a lot more stable. Let's go ahead and make a couple more pylons in my main base so we can have more room to build shit. Keep making probes, guys. Look at my third. It's looking pretty good again. Now let's saturate my fourth base because our third's looking perfect. We just need one more probe again. We can actually grab one from here because now it's mining out. So send one here, click one, send one here. And let's take another base while we're at it. Keep making probes. Worker count is 73. We're almost done. Now, my money at this point will most likely start ramping up because I'm basically done with probe count. And I'm going to probably need to add on some more gateways here in just a minute. So as you can see, look at this. Look at my probe count. One more probe and we'll go up to 84. Fuck it. And now I can't spend my money. My money's going up really fast. Way faster than I can spend. So grab a probe and go. Gateway, gateway, gateway. This is now the time. Gateway. 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 Let's give me a couple more. Gateway, gateway. It's crazy. Let's make one forge too. Now let's fix my mineral line. Grab 4 more. We grabbed too many, so I grabbed too many. So I'm like, oh, I want to fix that. Send it back. Shift click 2 off, and then send. There you go. Fixed it. Keep making units. And now we're at that stage too, where it's like, okay, now we're about to have everything ready to go here. So let's start doing something specific here, which is let's start adding in a couple cannons like we always do to our mineral lines. Just in case this guy wants to attack me when I move out. Because we don't want to deal with that garbage. And let's send a couple of probes over here to the other gases. And 2 probes to come down here because it was 2 over. And a new pylon there. So perfect saturation on all my bases. Nice. Spend my money again. Steel Cyclone, thank you for the 35-month resub. Baby. Thank you, thank you. Let's get a weapon upgrade. How you doing, Steel Cyclone? Thank you, man. Got a couple more pylons because we're about to supply block. Chrono boost it. Chrono boost the Immortal too. Let's also throw down a couple more robos. Why not? Make some more stalkers. Chrono boost it again. Keep making stalkers, guys. And immortals. Our immortals still being, our robo still producing. We'll make one more and then one more stalker. And now we're maxed. So let's look at my mineral lines. Good. Needs to be fixed. Good. Send them here. And the other one's going to be good. Let's make 2 cannons here because this pylon's done. We can also make a gas. Select my whole army. Now let's go attack him. Ricky Bobby, thank you for the 100 bits. Thank you, baby. If you ain't first or last. So shift move here. Shift there. Shift here. Shift there. And shift there. And then we can do the same thing we did last time. Tab to the observers. Click the portrait. Right click one of your immortals. Just in case he has like banshees or some ghosts or some shit that's cloaked. Who knows? It could happen. And then we're done. Now go back to mineral line management. Good, 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 good. Now look at my money. Fucking huge, right? Make some gates. I don't give a shit where you make them. You can make them at an expansion or at your main. I don't care. Let's make some more gates over here. Gateway, 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 gateway. Pylon. We can make a couple more forges too, because that's what we've been doing. So we can get multiple upgrades. And a Twilight Council to unlock upgrades beyond level 1. So now let's go back to where I just made gates. Control click these. Move over here. Hold shift and control now at the same time. Click these. It'll add them into the group, the other gateways over here that we also just made. Now hit shift 4 if you want to put them into a production group like I am doing right now. Or if you just want to use the warp gate hotkey, they'll automatically get added into the warp gate hotkey and you don't got to worry about it. It's fine. That also works. And now let's start making units again. Or actually first let's look at our things. Needs to be fixed. Good. Can send them there. And good. Upgrades. Get some upgrades going. Chrono boost them. And now let's make units. We can make immortals. Immortals. We can make stalkers. And we just spent all our gateways. Every gateway just got used. So now we're literally waiting on cooldowns. So while we're waiting, let's chrono boost this. Mineral fields are depleting again. There they are. Send them over here. This base is getting pretty close to fully saturated. Let's take another base. Make some more stalkers. Okay, now we're maxed out again, and we don't know where he is. So, select all army, and let's go like this. Attack this on the minimap. Attack this. Shift that. 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 Back to the main. This is just in case he goes for a hidden base. And now let's control click an observer and have it follow like an immortal. So we can see things, basically, again, with an observer if it comes down to that point. Now, once again, check my bases. Chrono boost, chrono boost, chrono boost. Start another upgrade. And make stalkers while we're waiting. Bases are, look, this one needs to be fixed. Send it over here. Send three probes to that gas. We have plenty of production, I would say, now. We don't need to worry about making more production at this point. We have like 25 gateways. 24 gateways, it's a lot. But yeah, chrono boost some upgrades again. We're just really maintaining our economies. They're all looking fancy. But remember, around 15 minutes. Mineral field depleted, gas depleted, mineral field depleted, gas depleted, mineral field depleted. Like, it just starts really going crazy. It's just popping off. So, yeah. And our army just ended up taking it to town. Now check this out. This Terran player was very aggressive with drops in the early game. He killed a lot of probes. We did not worry about microing my probes in and out of this for now. All we worried about was making them. And moving my whole army to wherever he was. But just look, guys. Look at the worker count. We're gonna once again compare another situation where my opponent does something very aggressive, delays his own economy, kills a lot of mine, and is still going to be behind after killing like 30 probes. It will happen again. So he's attacking me. Let's go ahead and look at workers killed, okay? So here, first things first. He shows up at my third. I attack my whole army to my third. I want you to be looking at your bases right now. We kill stuff at my third. That's cool. It's fine. And then my army is kind of just gonna sit here now, even though we saw him fly north. It's not our. We don't actually see this because we're not looking at this. This doesn't fucking matter. Looking at this is a mistake. For now, for bronze, what we're looking at is we're looking at probe transfers. We're looking at probe chrono boosts. We're looking at probe production. We're looking at supply not blocking. We're looking at units being produced out of my factory or my gateways in my facility, my robo facility. Robotics. Immortals. Stalkers. We're producing. It's all we care about. The more you stare at shit like this, the more you make mistakes about everything else I just said. Your eyeballs need to be doing this all game. Here. 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 Soon to be here. You need to be looking around at your saturation being like, yeah, good, yeah, good, yeah, good. And then you also need to be looking at here. Chrono boost energy. Chrono boost energy. Chrono boost energy. You need to be knowing, do I have any chrono boosts available? Another tip I already gave you guys in the series in the earlier videos of Protoss is you can also look here in the command card when you have your nexuses selected. You can physically see chrono boost look active. It looks like this when it's available. I'll show you what it looks like when it's used up when it happens. It's just grayed out. Like see how the mothership is grayed out? It looks like that when it's not available to a point. It's just not. It's like it's apparent that it's not available right now. So that's also what you should be looking at. Now also, you should be listen. You should be kind of paying attention. So when you're toggling around your bases like this, you're in the way vibe. Oh fuck it, whatever. Sorry, we'll get there when we get there. I'll reestablish this point when it's apparent. But another thing you should be looking at is you should be bouncing around your bases, being like again, checking, 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 and then you hear this. Okay, you hear this. Our probes are under attack. You're like, oh fuck, okay. He's killing my probes in my main. If you want to, you can pull your probes. It will save a lot more of them. It's definitely going to be something we're going to eventually do as we get better at this game. But in bronze, we're not pulling probes because all we're worried about is making probes. Every single task you add into this is going to make you fuck up other tasks that you should already be doing. Priorities. Again, the priority in developing habits. This is the biggest thing. I love that I put that on there on the top up here. Your priority right now is production, not retention. It's okay to take losses as long as you're constantly recovering the entire time. Imagine yourself as like a fucking reptile who just needs to regenerate over and over. You could have your arms ripped off repeatedly, but they regenerate really fast. That's what you need to play like. That's how you will advance at StarCraft. So, how many probes just died? 18 probes just died. Do you feel pain? That was pretty painful. Now look. "33 probes just got killed. That is the equivalent of 2 fully saturated mineral lines plus 1. 33 probes just died, guys. That's a fucking lot of probes that just died, right? But look at the probe count. I still have 37 to his 24. So we have effectively made 70 probes this game versus his 24. That is what that means. This happens all the time in low leagues. People do not make workers while they attack. This guy is taking a 6.5 minute natural because he was obsessed with attacking me, and he was not making SCVs during the entire process. He hasn't even made an orbital command yet. This is pretty standard for a low league game, for the way people play. And people always, the defenders, they obsess. They fucking, the reason why it looks drunk is because it's about to land. People obsess over watching where the medevacs go and chasing them and things like that. Like it's not necessary. Just as long as you produce, you're ahead. Look at the supply. We're still ahead in every way. Look at the worker count. We're doubling supply. We're doubling worker count. And it's because all we care about is production. It's all we care about. And we're maintaining good saturation. I'm competing against a Terran who also has mules, who I have killed none of his workers so far. I've killed 0. He's killed 33. Yet the economy is a result of I'm mining more than 3 times his amount per minute. If he's getting paid $50 an hour, I'm getting paid $150 an hour. $150 an hour. You must be a Twitch partner. If only it was like that every day, you know? That would be pretty fucking sweet. But yeah. So now, when we attack him, or rather when we max out, we max out pretty much just before 11 minutes, and his supply is 78. This is the result of, even though we took a lot more damage, like we took double the amount of damage that he did. Like he lost almost half of what we lost in the opening stages of the medevac harass. So if you look at that only, and that's your only indicator as to like what's happened so far this game, you would look at that and be like, well, Terran only lost 13. Protoss lost 35, and Protoss also lost almost twice as much. Doesn't that mean Protoss is behind? That Protoss is like taking more damage. It makes sense. Yet when you look at everything else, you're like, oh, well, actually, if the Protoss lost, you know, an additional 825 resources over the Terran, but he's mining 2,000 more per minute. Actually, more like 2,600 more per minute, because you have to include the gas as well as part of my resources. You're comparing 800 to 2,600. And that's a minute. That's every minute. This is all games so far. This is 10 minutes combined. This is, well, obviously you can't say this is every minute because it hasn't been this way the whole time, but from now on it is going to be every minute if it stays this way. You know what I mean? Like it is much more time on this discrepancy of how much I mine compared to what he mines versus this, which is the reason why we're maxed out and he's not even at 100 supply yet. And then the rest we're just gonna have this on ×4 the rest of the time, or ×8 even. He just dies now. We don't micro anything. The army just does its own thing. We have it on Shift A move while we micromanage our economies. Micromanage? Micromanage is just, you know. ViBE said micro. Yeah. But yeah, just economy, guys. Bronze. This is the last game of bronze for Protoss, and I've already done Zerg and Terran, so the final recap on all of it. Hopefully by now I've convinced you that workers are important, and stressing out about getting all in is irrelevant. Just make workers, and even if you take 33 fucking probe losses in the first 5 minutes of the game, you're still ahead if you just macro. And that has happened like 5 times now in all the series that we've done so far in the games we played. Silver 3. Silver 3. Oh yeah. Nice, boys. Thank you for watching this bronze series, guys. I hope you enjoyed it. I will see you all again in Silver League. Peace out.